Alrighty guys, welcome back. We are watching ReZero Season 1, Episode 10. Last time, we've been thrown into this whole situation with these witch fiends and stuff, and man, I don't know, hoping Subaru doesn't die, I guess. I mean, that's kind of been the theme ever since, man, what was it, Episode 8, right? Really don't want Subaru to die again, so please don't. I'm parroting the final words that Rem was saying at the end of the last episode. So, I don't know. Let's hope he doesn't die. Please. Anyway, I guess we'll just get started. We are watching Season 1, Episode 10 of ReZero. Can line up your own copy with this if you want to, and we are starting in 3, 2, 1. Well, he's not dead. We're... I don't like the things we're talking about, though. Rest is in Rem's hands? Yeah. He didn't really give her. No, We'll talk about it in the discussion. We'll talk about it more in the discussion. It is an unfamiliar ceiling. Yeah. I'm wondering now if that means this is a new respawn point. Just because that's like the same words he used that one time, you know. Hi, Amelia. I feel like we can't be that lucky for this to be a new respawn point, but. Of course, of course. They really are fit for each other with their worldviews, aren't they? Okay. That's great. Thank you. Very much so. Hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if he had to save her. Okay, so the curse was removed. Okay, okay. So it hadn't been activated yet. Okay, yeah. Still don't know what Odo is, but sure. Hmm. Okay, I see. Man. And like when I said Subaru and Amelia really are fit for each other, I mean, kind of. Just the way they view human interactions in this weird, like, transactional way, or at least Amelia does. And Subaru's behavior definitely plays into that, right? I mean, it's very interesting. I don't know. Because, like, Subaru has this very low view of his own value that certainly plays into, like, a debt he would feel that he has for another person. And Amelia's whole thing about debts, I feel like I've analyzed that to death already in the first few episodes. I don't know. It is interesting. I guess I really have to think about how those two things would interact, between the way Subaru views himself and relationships and, like, being indebted to other people, compared to the way Amelia does, you know? How many times have we even gotten this opening? I swear to God, they skip it like every time. I wonder if Felt is ever going to come back into the story, because she's there in the opening. All right. We can't give him a new shirt. Like, come on. Where is Rem? What exactly is in her hands? He didn't know. His stomach just growled. Come on. Oh, cool. Okay. He's dead. I yeah, good job, Graham. I'm proud of you. Of course he would say that. Man, like what is that even? Like shut up. Was it really something deserving of your thanks? Like yes. Hello. Olgarm. Okay, good. And she steamed some things. Big. Wow. Hmm. You know, we don't really know much about like the outside world, do we? Or I mean, not even just the outside world. I mean, I guess the outside world isn't anywhere outside of the mansion, and we don't know how dangerous this world is. You know, like are there just monsters everywhere? Wow, she's outside the mansion. That's just rare, you know. She normally doesn't leave the library. Of course. Man, that is interesting. How she dismisses her own. Hmm. Similar to Subaru in a way. Obviously, she's like being a tsundere, but you know. Oh, okay. Cool. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, so they can just all. It's okay. Interesting. So the one shaman dog wasn't really special. Just any of them can curse you. Hmm. So I mean, what do we do? Interesting. That's okay. That's weird. I mean, I don't know. That's interesting, I guess. Hmm. So they don't actually eat you. They just like eat mana, basically. Mm-hmm. I'm afraid. I almost wonder if he's. I don't know. Come on, Betty. You love him. He's awesome. How do you even? What do you do? I mean, I guess if they have to activate their spell, what you just kill them? Yeah. Uh huh. Because I guess it's down to them. They have to meaningfully activate the curse themselves, right? So you have to go kill every single one of those dogs. Yeah. How are you even gonna know how many there are? Which ones attacked you? I mean, hmm, Amelia. I mean, what would she even do? No. Yeah, yeah, that's where Rem is. That's because because Rem feels responsibility that she feels the need to save him to like prove herself. Yeah, not like literally, but like in her mind, I just think that's how she's thinking of it. She wants to be able to believe in her own actions, you know. I mean, obviously beyond the fact that she's just guilty about like, you know, she would feel guilty for him dying because he pushed her out of the way, and that's why he's in this position, obviously. Oh, Ram didn't even know. I assumed Ram would know too. Okay. I assumed everyone was just keeping it from Subaru. Yeah, she has to. Okay. Oh, I mean, maybe it's not even wanting to prove her own actions to herself. It's just she doesn't want to, there to be people who are a victim of her, herself, I guess. That's how you could view it. Hmm. Yeah, well, she kind of is. She has, I wonder if that clairvoyance thing is also how they found Subaru in that one loop when he was outside the mansion. But yeah, she has the weird magic thing, so surely she's fine. Hornless. Okay. How much? Hmm. A rather extreme bit. Yeah. Some bad memories of that. Sure. I guess. I It's so hard for me to decide if I really believe he's learning a lesson or not. Yeah, it sure was. Uh-huh. I don't know if the curse is affecting him already in some way. Ah, just from him recovering. I'm sure. What is he gonna do with that? I don't have any faith in his abilities. I guess we'll see. Nice. Hmm. Huh. Hmm. A pretty stone. I wonder if there's something else to that stone. I feel like there must be. No. Maybe that was one of their pets or something. I'm sure. I bet. I like how the manly nature is just him having a big nose, or more noticeable nose. Hmm. All right. Ooh. Oh God, that's creepy. I don't like that. Oh, hi. Okay. Oh, this is OP. You don't even have to like fight them. Like, come on, that's easy. Subaru is really lucky he didn't get splashed with blood there. Hmm. Smell of the witch, perhaps? Oh, no, never mind. I thought she was talking about the witch fiends wanting to attack him. No, she's talking about the people in the village. Yeah. Sorry, I just misunderstood what she was referencing. Or was I? I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. Oh. Hmm. Light on Rem for everything. And Rem. Ooh. Hmm. Rem really embraces that role, doesn't she? He looks so much taller than her right now. I guess she's walking in front of him. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think she does. Hmm. She must. Yeah, she has to blame herself in some way for Rem having lost her horn, right? Hmm. Yeah, I mean, she just like loses her mind completely. Wow. Hmm. Stronger. Hmm. Oh, okay. Okay. We're really. Wow, we are really playing with this. Yeah, a little bit of a wager. You are all right. I thought it would just kill you next time if you said that, but I guess. Ooh, man, I would not take that risk. Mm-hmm. Ah, yeah. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. But what I mean, what even is the plan here though? Like we have to kill all of the witch fiends if you don't want to die, Subaru. So I mean, I are we just gonna try and kill them all still? I mean, I don't know what else we can possibly do. I guess he's probably just not even thinking about himself. Hmm. Did she run out of mana or something? Uh-oh. Surprised he could run while carrying her like that. Hmm. Surprised his arm did not get like dislocated. Oh, Jesus. That is like not possible. You're yeah. I there's no way you could get up there again anyway. Yeah, and he broke the sword. No. Oh, is she completely out of it now? Yeah. Oh no. Rem, let's show up now, yeah? And these are the witch fiends that are with the little dog, so I wonder if these are the ones. Okay, hi Rem. Are we with it? He does smell like the witch right now, so yeah. Uh-huh. I don't know if he can get through. I mean, she's so out of it that she's attacking him while he's holding Ram, so okay. Oh, I guess she has like super regeneration. She'll be fine, surely. Oh, broke that one's neck. What is that supposed to mean? Thank you. Oh, man. Hmm. Perfect moment. Oh, because he's surprised. Okay, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, well, let's go for it. If you have one idea. I'm just gonna throw her. Okay. I mean, what is I? Okay. I mean, yeah, she's not gonna attack Ram, obviously. Oh no. Yeah, he can't do it. Shit. He can't do it, man. Okay. Dude, like, we're just. This just isn't fair. Nothing is going right. Hmm. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. I mean, what do we do? Just body slam her, I guess. I mean. Okay. Oh, man. Hmm. Okay. Man, that was some very inventive use of the return by death thing, telling people about it. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have thought of that. I wouldn't have taken that risk after what the witch hand thing like threatened to do to you the first time you almost told Amelia about it, but I don't know. He's braver than me, I guess. I don't know. I just like all of Subaru's actions, you can really view it as bravery or you can view it as um lack of self-worth or just him not thinking about himself. Because I mean, really, what would he have done if the stupid witch hand had just crushed his heart right there and made him reset? I mean, ugh, God. Oh, I'm just reading the lyrics. Hmm. All right. We will talk about the episode in the discussion. Alrighty, let's talk about the episode. So, first, what I want to clear up here immediately, because I kind of stumbled upon this at the end of the last discussion, and I think I think it is something very meaningful to think about, because I think it's something that kind of applies to all of Subaru's actions, and it's just, I don't know, I think it is something important to think about. So, like, what I was saying at the end of the last episode about Subaru's choice to push Rim out of the way and save her, right? My criticism of that, it's not me like literally saying him pushing her out of the way and saving her is a bad thing to do. Um, the thing I'm looking at here is just the underlying like not explicitly motivation for Subaru, but just the reason why, like an emotional or mental reason why he does that. You know, like again, it's kind of weird to talk about because like obviously saving someone in a situation like that is a good thing to do. At the same time, most people wouldn't do that. You know, most people, if you see there's a bunch of crazy dogs about to jump on someone and attack them, you wouldn't push them out of the way so you get attacked by the giant dogs instead. You just wouldn't, right? I literally think 99% of people can agree that they would not do that, you know? And despite, like, again, despite the fact that that action, him doing that, him deciding, okay, I'm gonna push Rim out of the way and save her from these dogs, ignoring the fact that potentially Rim's regeneration might mean that she would have been fine anyway. Ignoring that, right? What I'm looking at here is Subaru's reasoning and his motivation for doing that. Because I don't think for a second, I mean, maybe that's a little bit mean. Maybe that's a little bit unfair to Subaru. I don't think fully that his motivation for pushing her out of the way or for helping people of any sort is just, oh, he's such an awesome, cool, nice guy who is completely selfless and likes helping people out of the goodness of his own heart, right? I think that's, you know, I mean, how many people on Earth have ever been like that? You know, not very many, right? And I think that would be kind of lame if that was Subaru's motivation for why he, like, did that, you know? So, when I'm saying, like, when I'm criticizing Subaru for it, it's not even criticism. It's just me trying to analyze what is going through his mind that makes him react like that in a situation like that. And I really feel like it's very relevant here specifically because, like, it shows this disregard for himself in a way. It shows disregard for himself, and it shows how, like, much he really has to save people, right? Because that really, you know, I don't want to spend half of this discussion talking about the last episode, but in the last episode, the way they pretty much like mirrored the shots of Rem saving Subaru, pushing Subaru out of the way, and then him doing it back to her, pushing her out of the way. It really, like, to me, a vibe I really get from it is it's like Subaru can't let other people save him. It's like it plays into the whole like debt thing too that like Amelia has going on that is certainly in his mind as well in a way. It's like he can't let other people save him, you know. He it's not like he has to be the person who saves other people, but it's like it's almost like through being given another life in this world, essentially. It's like he has to prove himself by saving other people, you know? That's just kind of the vibe I get from it. That's a motivation for his actions that that makes sense to me, right? Because again, it's like obviously him pushing her out of the way and saving her in quotes, because unclear, I don't know, isn't a bad action to do. It's just the motivation behind it and his reasoning for being so self-sacrificial is, I think, just something interesting to think about. And I don't know, that's all. It's not like that's going through his mind. And like the stuff I said about Rem losing her opportunity in that moment to save Subaru and prove to herself that her own actions are meaningful in that moment. You know, obviously Subaru's not thinking of anything like that, right? I mean, it was literally a split moment, you know, instant decision that he made to push her out of the way and save her, you know? I'm just saying that's is a side effect of his actions at the same time, you know? Like, I mean, again, it's unclear if Rem would have died or not if he hadn't pushed her out of the way, right? I'm just saying, Rim is in this position now where even more she feels like she has to go out and save Subaru so much, putting undeniably now she's certainly at risk of dying. I don't think she can just solo all of these witch fiends and the weird shaman thing by herself. She's in this position because of what Subaru did, because he pushed her out of the way. I mean, again, it's unclear whether she would have died or not. So I guess, it's kind of a moot point in a way, because we don't know. If she would have died anyway, obviously that's not relevant, because if Subaru hadn't pushed her out of the way and that means she would have died, then yeah, she would have been dead. So that's all I'm saying. I just think it's interesting to look at how his actions of wanting to save other people like that have potentially negative consequences for himself and people around him. Because, I mean, that's just kind of the point, right? It's not like him being so self-sacrificial and wanting to save other people in a situation like that. Just because it is like an honorable thing to do, it doesn't mean his motivation behind it is like, completely pure. I don't think anyone would think it's just like Subaru being an awesome stand-up guy who wants to save people. It's clearly, driven from his low self-esteem, his lack of self-worth, and, I think just this whole, like, saving people thing for him is a whole, it's like he has to prove it to himself that he's better than that in a way, and he's manifesting it through saving people. So yeah, that's why I think he has like this compulsion to save other people that goes beyond. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There's all of that. Anyway, so Rem is off to save him in the woods. That was kind of, that was that scene at the beginning there when they were talking about that. It is interesting that Puck doesn't tell Subaru anything about that. It's Betty, I guess to me it makes sense because in Puck's mind, like, I'm not trying to sound mean, but Puck just cares about Amelia, right? Puck cares about Amelia a whole lot more than he cares about Subaru. So, if Puck telling Subaru here, like, the full situation, it would certainly be risking, he doesn't want to risk Subaru telling Amelia about the situation and getting Amelia wrapped up in it. Puck doesn't want Amelia wrapped up in this whole crazy situation that's going on. So, I completely understand why he wouldn't tell Subaru about what's going on here, and why Betty does, right? Because, yeah, I mean, he even tells her you should let her sleep. You shouldn't wake her up. You shouldn't, yeah. And obviously, it makes sense, yeah. I'm surprised Ram didn't know that Rim went off. Like, where does Ram think Rim is right now, then, I don't know. And she's very proud of her steamed things. She did such a good job. And I don't know, I said this during the episode, about how, like, of course, he brushes off his own actions, was it really something deserving of your thanks? Like, he is just so, oh my god, he is so, dismissive of his own actions and anything he does. It's actually crazy. I mean, it is the every main character's Araki theorem. I don't know. It is insane how he thinks like this. I mean, again, it's not me being, like, critical of Subaru's, like, writing or something. It's not me saying I don't like Subaru. It's just me saying, like, of course, he thinks of it like this. He's so dismissive of his own actions and everything, yeah, thanks. It's actually, like, crazy because, like, what, I mean, like, he whatever. So, yeah, we did reconnect the barrier. There's some confusion I had with the whole barrier situation, but yeah, we're all good, yeah. The villagers give him the super sword. No, here, we'll talk about the sword in a second. Betty's conversation with him, of course he's gonna die in less than half a day because of the curses from the witch fiends, which, like, Betty does bring up, I thought you'd start wailing and crying, which, of course, we know he doesn't because the impact of death is weakened on him because he does have return by death, but at the same time, I really feel like part of the reason why he doesn't wail and cry, like she says, because him dying here would be awful, him having to reset again and have all of his relationships reset. I think his mind would break. I don't know how he would handle it after everything that happened in episode 8 and episode 9, having to restart again. I really think it is, in a way, just him being dismissive of his own well-being and of himself, Because at this point, there's no way I can dismiss his emotions on this, or lack thereof, of being told he's about to die. I can't just dismiss it as him just being so, reliant on return by death. I really think it really is just like his low self-worth and his, especially once he learns the situation Rim is in. I mean, it's literally, he's not even thinking about himself at all. Because I was thinking about this during the episode. It's like, okay, what is the end game here, right? Rim is trying to kill all of these witch fiends to save his life. He doesn't even think about it. It's like, literally, he's not even thinking about what the end game is here to not die in half a day. He is just thinking about, okay, I have to save Rim. Even though if he's gonna die in half a day anyway, it doesn't matter. He has to live too. If he doesn't survive, either A, he's dead, or B, the world resets and he's just back where he started. So, I mean, you know what? We've been talking about how awesome Return by Death is as a like narrative device being used in the story. You know what? Another thing that I feel like eventually it's gonna have to teach Subaru is that he has to value his own life, right? Because think about it. Think about it. Like in this position that he's in, if he only cares about Rim living, and, let's say in the next episode he saves Rim, awesome, they bring Rim back, everything's great. What's going to happen if they don't kill all the witch fiends? Subaru's going to die of the curse, and then everything's going to be reset. So, because of him not thinking about himself in this episode at all, because of him being dismissive of his own life and his own value, and caring about someone else so much more, which is Rim, um, it would just end up with everything being reset because of his lack of value for himself, Because literally, after the fact that Rim is in this position is brought up, he doesn't think about himself at all. He doesn't think about how to get through this situation. And because of Return by Death, that's directly tied to him not being able to progress further. Like, you get what I mean? Man, God. And obviously, I mean, like, of course, in his mind as well, like, the fact that he has such low self-worth, like, of course, naturally for him, he is going to value Rim's life over his own. Like, he wouldn't be able to live with himself if Rim went and got herself killed because of him. Um, and at the same time, it's Rim trying to, uh, uh, prove to herself that her own actions can be meaningful. That's what it seems like to me. So of course she wants to save him so badly, more so than just the fact that he tried to save her and he's in this position for trying to save her. If anything, that just goes back to what I was talking about before about how his actions just made it worse for her in a way, through no fault of his own explicitly. It is through a fault of his own mindset potentially, but God, man, he needs to get this figured out. This whole self-worth thing. He really got to work on this for real. Like, oh man. Let me read this conversation again real quick. And of course, every single line from him, I'm bound to drag you down in a fight. Yeah, sure, it's true, but at the same time, like, it's just him being self-critical at all times. Um, hmm. And here we're talking about Rim and Rim in a second. This whole horn thing. Man, and I this whole speech that he gives here, um, it is really hard for me to like accept that he has actually learned this lesson here. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see. We'll have to see through his actions. I just don't, he gives off this long speech. It just feels so like in your face about like, oh wow, look at this great lesson I learned. That I just don't know how much I believe him. Like what he says here is, I'm a greedy guy. In a way, yeah, that kind of does make sense to his situation here. It's like he wants to save Rem so badly. I mean, it's kind of just showing how, like, yeah, he's after a perfect future, right? That's kind of what this whole, he's being greedy, I guess, in a way, by wanting Rem to not die. Um, hmm. I just don't know. I don't know how much I believe him that he's actually learned this deep lesson or not. Yeah, it was a very heroic speech, that's for sure. I don't know. I don't know how negative I should view it yet. We'll just have to see from his actions, I guess. Because there's still room. I don't know. There's still maybe he has some plan that has not been revealed yet. I guess we'll just have to see. Um, maybe through happenstance, he'll just happen to kill all the witch fiends anyway through his resolve to save Rem, and he'll just kind of luck out. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. Okay. Obviously, he gets the sword from them. There's really two ways you can view this whole situation. Um, for one way you can view it is in the positive way. It's just uh not really repayment, but just something he has gained through helping other people in a organic way. He doesn't have to view it in the negative way, which would be the transactional way, the way Amelia views relationships, right? He doesn't have to view it like that, but really, I don't know. I imagine that he really could, like him immediately dismissing his own actions at all times. Just, hmm, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know how negative to be about his potential character development, I suppose. Hmm. And I don't know. I don't. It is interesting that Ram is like angry at them. It's not really that she's angry. I think in a way she's like jealous of them liking Subaru so much. I guess um, because I think in a way, I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to say exactly how she views her relationship with Rim. Um, she has to feel bad about it. Obviously, I think that much is very clear. That the way Rim acts towards Ram, it isn't like it's Rim's behavior that is driving their relationship to be the way that it is, and I think Ram feels bad about it in a way, right? Yeah, I think she just does. I don't think she likes explicitly the way that her relationship with Rim is. To me, that just kind of feels connected to that. The whole hornless thing. Um, we don't know the circumstances in which she lost her horn. Obviously, we get this flash of it for a second of her horn getting cut off or something. Obviously, immediately that explains so much about Rim and Ram's relationship and the way Rim uh, views it. Right? It's like uh, she has to blame herself in some way for Ram having lost her horn. I'm gonna assume that she actually has nothing to do with it, and that it's actually just the outcome of it that has um, formed her actions, not formed her actions, informed her behavior with her sister. But I don't know. I assume we're gonna see. We got this tiny flashback of it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let me really frame by frame this and see what is going on here. Oh, let me turn down the volume on this. Hmm. We really just don't see anything. It's just Rim sitting there, them looking at each other, and a horn going flying. I don't know. There's a giant fire in the background. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, obviously, even that framing right there just makes me think, yeah, obviously Rim has to blame herself for her sister losing her horn. We don't get anything here, but that explains everything about her actions, right? Yeah, that explains everything about the dynamic of their relationship with each other. That explains everything about the way Rim views her own actions and her distrust of herself. Yeah, makes complete sense. Sure, if she blames herself explicitly for her sister losing her horn, yeah. Hmm. And yeah, her saying that she's relied on Rim for everything. Hmm. I feel like that's putting a positive spin on their relationship in a way that I don't really think even Ram really does view it that way. I think, yeah, I think it's a very uncomfortable relationship for both of them. Even if Ram seems like the one benefiting from it. Hmm. I'm just reading this again. Sorry. And yeah, and it's just, Rim obviously recognizes that Rim is better than her. Yeah, but hmm, I don't know. It's very interesting. It's like Ram. I don't know. I don't know. I got to think about Rim and Ram more. It's beyond the scope of this. We'll see. I'm just trying to like predict stuff based off that tiny glimpse we got. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Anyway, Subaru uses Return by Death in this crazy, insane way that's like completely crazy. This whole I using it by saying that he has Return by Death to some. I don't know. I would never do that because I would just think that hand that almost crushed my heart last time is just gonna kill me this time. But I guess Subaru, I don't know. Imagine if that's what happened. He said I could return my death, and then the hand thing just kills him. Like, that is not a risk I would take. That is for sure. But I guess I can see it because in his mind he's better off dead anyway if he doesn't fulfill this situation. So, it's really brave, I guess. Very brave. And yeah, Rim is out of her mind with this whole demon horn thing, killing everything. She hates the witch fiends. It's very interesting that the witch fiends are called witch fiends, even though they want to attack the smell of the witch so badly. I don't know. Maybe that's just like lore stuff that I'm sure will be clued up at some point. Who knows? This was kind of sad when Subaru couldn't bring himself to hit her. Yeah. Uh, he's a sweetheart. And yeah, he is gonna. I don't know. He can't let the chance slip by, so he's gonna body slam her with full force. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see if he goes through with it. Um, I don't know. I really was a Subaru downer in this discussion, but like, I hope you see where I'm coming from. I hope you understand what I'm saying. If his actions are, I don't know. It's really the next episode is gonna decide a lot for me in how I view Subaru's actions in the future, I guess. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that is all. That was a good episode. There's a lot to talk about there. Yeah, I guess that's it. Leave a comment, tell me what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one.